Hello, my name is RJ Kelly, and I'm a member from San Diego, California. And the title of my talk is Doing Well While Doing Good. And it's a portion of it is taken from the talk I gave earlier this year for the MDRT Foundation Day on giving. And so the case I want to make is why we should include philanthropy and philanthropic planning into our quiver, into our arrows, if you will. And so my goal for many of you, or certainly some of you know, that my life goal is to facilitate $1 billion for philanthropy. We crossed 100 million in August of 2012, and we're well on our way for our second 100 million if the good Lord gives me life. And for a lot longer, we'll get to that $1 billion and just keep going. But I've found this is to be the most satisfying thing. I mean, it truly gets me out of bed in the morning. I love what we get to do along with the various areas of practice we're involved with, but certainly the philanthropic and including that, inculcating that within the overall planning has long been a major focus for me. I found years ago, frankly, that it was a way to differentiate myself. It was a niche to open the doors into wealthy and affluent families and business owners, which is my bread and butter. What's happened over the years then, where I've been speaking, I also co-created a nonprofit 12 years ago, which also opened up the door to even more to individuals to include philanthropy in their planning through the avenue of nonprofits. But I've found that increasingly I've been the kind of the go-to person in San Diego for philanthropy and inculcating or including it into the overall planning process. So it's given me some pretty high visibility in the community and just continues to grow. And I'm grateful for that. Plus there's the psychic income. In addition to the tangible income, there's just the psychic income of knowing that I'm making a difference. So if I got hit tomorrow and became the grill ornament on a Mack truck, as I learned to say from MDRT, I know I've made a difference in the lives of our community and individuals. So I have become quite specialized and have developed that expertise. And what it's done is allowed me to use traditional planning tools as well as what I might call non-traditional planning tools. So my proposal for top of the table would be either for 5-minute slot or for a workshop, probably better there or both, because I can make the case for both in a short period of time, is why and how to include philanthropy into the planning practice. So starting out, usually I like to talk about some of the surveys that have been done of individuals. One of them was in 2014. They did a survey of individuals with $5 million of investable assets. That was defined in that survey anyway as being high net worth. So I want to ask them some questions about how important was it to them to include philanthropy in their overall planning, not just as an afterthought, if there's anything left over, but no, right up front in the planning. They asked them if it was urgent or extremely urgent to include philanthropy in their planning. And a shocking 64% said that it was either urgent or extremely urgent. And again, this is $5 million of investable assets kind of clients. Now, another survey that came out more recently in 2018 by US Trust was they interviewed over 300 advisors. And by that, they're financial advisors, insurance advisors, trust and estate attorneys, CPAs, and so forth. In addition, they also interviewed over 103, or interviewed exactly 103, supposedly. Why 103? Why not 105? 99? I have no idea, but 103. They were individuals that had at least $3 million of investable assets, and they were also very active in philanthropy. So they wanted to find out from them, their perspective, these high net worth clients, how often advisors brought up philanthropy with them and who was it? So a little bit of statistics here, 94% of advisors claim to bring up philanthropy with at least some clients. 80% of advisors claim that they routinely bring up philanthropy with their clients. But in particular, I think it's those that have expressed an interest in charitable giving. They don't necessarily ask right up front. They only bring it up if the client brings it up. 2/3, 67% of the high net worth clients themselves say advisors do at some point talk about philanthropy. But here's what's really interesting. 39%, at least to me anyway, 39% of advisors claim to bring up philanthropy, and 18% of the time that clients bring it up first. Now, that's according to advisors. But according to the high net worth individuals and families, it's truly 61% of the time that the client brings it up or initiates the conversation. And only 6% of the time is it initiated by the advisor. Not so good. But then on top of that, they asked, in terms of trying to understand what was the reason why clients wanted to include philanthropy. And there were 3 words. The most commonly used words were passion, impact, and a desire to give back. Those are the 3 biggest reasons why high net worth clients have philanthropy as a motivator. But when they asked financial advisors what were the reasons, they said, number 1, tax benefits to the client, and number 2, enhancement of the family name or legacy or ego. Complete disconnect in terms of motivation for why clients involve philanthropy. So I want to bring this up for clients. It's been a tremendous door opener for me. We have now 2/3 of our revenue comes from our assets under management, and we can pick up some pretty good sized clients and have by including philanthropy in the conversation. So love to share my experience, and I think it might be helpful to others. Thanks so much for considering me for the presentation.